Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Impossible Mowers. Right now I'm checking the sap line again, making sure we got some good sap. In the video before, we talked about sap and how it ran. Looks like we got some good sap here. As you can see here, looks like she's definitely dripping something. That's for sure. Let me check the other sap lines. So we have, once again, we have 4 maples and 3 sugar maples. The maples seem to be doing a little better than the sugar maples. Definitely got something in there. Give it time though. And because it's springtime and it's so muddy, we got all of this gorgeous mud, which says only one thing to me, and that's mud romp. And so, if everything goes according to plan today, we'll go for a nice mud romp. Little bit of something. We'll probably go right down here, maybe around this track here, and then down all the way to the bottom, and then back up and park it. I don't want to get too deep into it because most of the trail is all ice, and although the tires are aggressive, she does struggle a little bit in the ice. But look at this. Look at that nice sap. Look at that right there. Hoping to make some maple syrup out of it. That might be the next video. Maybe. Definitely a long ways away from that. Let's see here. Yep. Good sap. You can see right here where it froze. Right there. All of that. We're gonna go check on the sugar maples. Looks like we got a hillbilly down here. Getting a fire going. Buck, how's it going?
Oh, hanging in there.
Hanging in there?
Yeah.
That's good, that's good. Yeah, these sugar maples are just a little shy. I don't think I drilled in deep enough on these. Like I said in the other video of the sap line video. Let's check this one. Oop. Straw. Not deep enough. Yeah, I think I gotta tap these big trees a little more bigger. Tap them a little deeper, because I think there's 2 parts of the trees. There's the bark, and then there's the inside, the real wood. And I think I got through the bark, and I just barely touched the real wood, where the sap goes through. So I think I just got to drill a little deeper. Not too deep though, but you know, deep enough to where we can get some sap. But yeah, I mean, sap line's definitely working. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. Hopefully, I can make some maple syrup and maybe some maple butter, possibly. No promises there, but I am going to try to get a little something going. That might be a new video. But while I'm down here, let's check out that Kubota. There was a little bit more snow in my other video, so I didn't want to slip and ruin the camera, but no snow right now. Plenty of mud. Good enough walking distance here. So, I guess we'll start with this. This is the blade deck lifter, and then this is the blade deck activator. This activates the blade deck. It's a hydrostatic 1984 Kubota T1400 overhead valve. These came with the option for a diesel motor, but the guy who had this before I did took the option for a gas, which I think that's smarter. No starter on it. There's zilch starter. Definitely needs a little TLC. Cranks over though. Cranks over just fine. Mikuni carburetor, the racing ones, those are expensive. Quite the dollar there. Take a look at this. This is the stock rim. Ain't that something? Let's see how many hours we got on this thing. This old Jewel. What is that? I can't read that number. 794 hours on it. That's pretty young for a mower that's been sitting. Usually with the hours on a ride mower, you can tell how the hours and the way it looks. You can tell how long the mower's been used and what it did in its time. And how, of course, how much mileage there is on the mower itself, the engine. And anywhere between, me personally, I think that anywhere between 900 and a buck, a good $1,000, is pretty. It's starting to get old, you know. But this is 700 miles, which means, or hours, which tells me that this thing was used quite a lot, but not enough to the point where it can't work anymore. There's definitely still life left in her. I mean, this is what the rim would look like with it on the tire, and it's still holding there. So that's a good thing. And these things had the solid rear ends on them. I mean, these things were bulletproof. Let me tell you what. Let me show you the rear end if the camera will actually cooperate today. Yeah. I mean, all steel. And it had springs right down here for when you were carrying heavy loads. So, kind of like a shock. It's got pulley locking brakes, which means that when you press on the brakes, two pulleys go together, create friction, and stop the transmission from going any further. Surprisingly, there's no year or model number on the seat, but there's the year and model number on here, right there. And you can see that it was made in Japan. And usually the last two numbers of the serial number is going to be the year it was. Let's see. 84. Right there. Don't know if you guys can see it. The camera's not focusing on it. But it says 107584. And that means that this thing was made in 1984. 1984. I'm sorry. In Japan, which is kind of cool. And a cool tip for the new people on this channel, whenever you want to check out a ride mower that you know wants good low mileage but is not too old, you know, just something that you know you want to know the year of, and let's say the stickers are erased off of it and you can't see what the model number or year is, you can go to the engine, the stock, if it's the stock engine in the mower, if you look in the block underneath the flywheel, there should be a casting number either on the side of the block, in the flywheel, on the flywheel, it all depends where it is, or on the OHV valve like the Briggs. There will be a model number, and the last two digits to that model number is the year this thing was manufactured and made and sent out. So with this thing, The last two numbers are 84, which means that it was made in 1984 and shipped out in 1984 from Japan. So that's just one of those cool tricks you can learn whenever you're trying to find out the model number or just the year this a ride mower was made. And it's not just for ride mowers; it's also for engines on a car, trucks, tractors. I mean, that kind of goes for all of it right there. But I mean, it's got a solid blade deck. I mean, no holes in it. A little bit of rust. I mean, that's what you're gonna expect from sitting for so long. But definitely a solid piece of machinery. This is kind of thick. A little thick, nothing bad. Let's go start up my mower. Show you guys old Chuck. So you guys get to see how she runs. She runs pretty decent in this kind of weather, which I'm very happy of. And when she warms up, we'll do a nice pass through here and probably down, like I said, over in there, and then turn around and come back up, because there's a downhill slope right there, and that's all filled with ice. Although it's melting, I don't want to risk getting stuck or stay down there. So you see I don't know if you can see it, but there is a little bit of ice down there. So I'm gonna stop the video right here and carry it on when we go to Chuck. And we're back, guys, with old Chuck here. Got a starter up here in a minute. Got a fresh tank of 93, and we're using some Leathermans, the big boy Leathermans, to start up the mower. Okay. In here, just like the old times, put the choke up. Okay. And start her up. She runs real nice, and nice idle to her too. Take her out for a little burn. So, you know how guys, I was telling you guys about the stupid steering on here? Yep. She has seen better days. Look at that. Talk about YouTube content, huh? Coming around this bend right here. And she slid on the ice. Boom, right in there, because there's ice underneath the leaves here. There's like this hard crystalled ice under the leaves. This is the part I was telling you guys about. Shoot. Well, let's do a, get her out. And check out the damage. With her in gear. Whew, good heavens. Oh, okay. Who wants to place your bets, guys? Who thinks we bend a tie rod? Let me know in the comments. Already got my bets placed. Huh. I'll be damned. Look at that. I bet wrong. I thought it would be smushed like a sandwich. Huh. That's fishy. It's a little odd for her. Huh. Let's get the tires in the front here. Okay, yeah, I see the problem. She needs an alignment, and oh my gosh, look at that. Arm is about to break right there. Sugar plums. Let me see if I can steer. Steering is, it's there. That's a good sign. Okay. We're gonna full send it. We're gonna go down here because it's too steep to turn around. Or you know what? I'll put it in reverse. I'll go right back up there, back onto the trail, and maybe get this steering wheel fixed. I'm telling you, with this trail is, it takes seconds to make some new content. Now we got a steering wheel to fix. I mean, we've always had to do it, but now we get to do even more work. Awesome. Well, let me see how this works. Let me start it up and back it up, and I'll get back to you guys when I do that, because it takes a lot of hands to do that, and sadly I don't have a cameraman with me. So I'll see you guys when I'm finished backing her up. We got her out. We're gonna go second gear, nice and easy. Don't want to break any more tie rods. And then we'll go up and fix the steering. Here we go. Steering wheel is definitely fighting me a bit. She has definitely seen better days. I think she redeemed herself. Let me tell you what. Let's pop the bonnet. See what we got in here. Alright. I know, ladies, try not to faint here. I know it's a beautiful twin cam Kohler Courage. Oh, compression's great. New head gasket, new carb, new oil filter, 93 octane, new wiring setup, new lights, new OHV valve, new oil gasket. Soon to be new some cams in here. Might put a maximum 2 on cam on here. It's kind of like the stage 2 cam of a car, but they call it something different. Some nice fatties. She's beautiful. I know. Alright. Maybe the next project we'll put some lights on here for the hood when we open it. Anyways, alright. So, that's what she looks like. And I can see the problem. Ooh, good heavens. So, let's see how bad the damage is. Okay, damage isn't too bad. So what I had here was I had wires, red wires, and it worked for a little bit. See how much play there is? Hold up the light from the way. Here we go. You should never have play like that in your steering wheel. This thing, when it flipped over, the steering wheel hit the ground really hard. Thank God I didn't break the steering wheel, but in the process, it pushed the steering shaft. This camera today is just not working. It pushed the steering shaft really hard into the column. So now what's going on is there's a lot of play in the steering column, and every time it goes, this camera's doing something weird. Every time I go to turn like this, it's stripping the gears that go right along here, and it's stripping them because there's so much pressure on here because the steering column's not high enough, and it's just stripping gears. So what we're gonna do is lift it up and make it so we can turn without stripping gears. That's going to be today's video. Buckle in. This might be a long one. And we are going to have to replace that. Or maybe we can save it. Do an alignment on that tie rod there. Yeah, so that is today's project. Also, you can see right there. Maybe we can get a good look in there. Let's have a look. Yeah, right there. That little shaft is, see it right there, how it's stripping? Right there, it's stripping. So if I lift it up, it doesn't strip anymore. But if I lift it down, it strips. So we have to raise the steering column. And if this breaks, we're gonna have to replace the steering column, which shouldn't be too hard, but it can be a challenge. So I'll get back to you guys when I get to that. Hey guys, we're back. What happened to my steering also happened to this guy. Be quiet, please. Now I know, once again, ladies, try not to faint, but another beautiful, gorgeous ride mower. Buck, tell me about this baby, the Krusty.
Well, Krusty, you heard the story once, and I'll tell it to you twice.
Bruh.
We found her in a junkyard. She'd been sitting for 10 years, and long story longer, I got her up and going, and she's a good romper. Now, I took her out on a test drive yesterday, and I bent my tie rod right there.
Just like what happened to us a couple seconds ago.
So the idea... Quit filming the ladies. The idea is to take this off, bend it semi back to shape, and then right here, weld a couple pieces of metal. Make it thicker, stronger.
Look how thin that is though, bruh.
Yeah, well, I mean, these babies...
What year is this?
This is a 84. These babies weren't made for what we're doing, so...
No, but, I mean, that's part of, we're scientists in this operation, you know?
Yep.
What do you want? Huh? Hey, yo, getting a little close there. Eating me alive, huh? Anyways, yeah, alright. So it looks like we're both doing some steering jobs, huh, Buck?
Sadly, you know, and I got some wiring to do here. The off-road light fell off, so I gotta rewire that.
Not quite OSHA, but luckily for my 98, she's a stout little girl, and steering for her is like doing the seatbelt on a car. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
If you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Why are these guys eating my pants? I don't understand this. Hello. Anyways, guys, I'll close it off right here. We're going to go back to the LT1000 old Chuck there and work on that steering. Catch you then. And we're back, guys, here with a cameraman because this is too difficult to do with one hand. So what we have here is we have the steering gimbal bolt with a washer on it to lift the steering gimbal and tighten it a bit. And then we're going to get it down in here by the steering column, slap some wiring or something, get crazy with it, and make it lift. So let's get to it. Not off to a good start. Already dropping bolts. Alright. So, get in there like that. Gotta align it right, because if you don't align your bolt right, your steering's gonna be terrible. But I am awesome, and I know what I'm doing, so, not to brag. But, that's why I'm good at this stuff. Anyways, we're gonna use a 9/16 wrench. Go old fashioned here. Not enough room for a socket wrench, because those tend to be a little bigger. And I don't have any around, so. So we're going to go old-fashioned. Hopefully we can slap some penetrating oil down here, and wet penetrating oil or any kind of lubricant, even grease. What will that do is that will help the steering plate steer easier with your bolt. And that'll make it easier for you, so you don't have to turn hard. And the steering gimbal, so it doesn't have to stress over having to do stuff. I hope this works, because if it doesn't, we're going to have to take the bolt out again. Don't want to over-tighten it, because if you over-tighten it, you're not steering. And if you loosen it, you're not steering either, so 50-50. This lawnmower is full of tricks, I'll tell you that. Full of hazardous tricks. Let's see what that does. Yes, look at that. I'm lifting on it hard. Nothing's going on. Let's see if I can steer okay. It's a little tight. So what we're going to do is we're going to just slowly, until we feel the right spot, little by little. Still okay. A little more. There it is, the golden number. Oh, hold on. It's a little rough. When you steer it, it gets very kind of like on a car with no power steering. It gets very difficult. There it is. That's a girl. Look at that. Look at the steering wheel. Now all we got to do is slap some penetrating oil in there, some sort of grease or lubricant, lift the shaft up, do the alignment, and she's a ripper once again. All about the knowledge in there. So, more work. So, with my MacGyver wiring in here, it worked for a split second. Okay, so, cameraman over here. Okay. So, gonna take a nice, look at that. Beautiful Leatherman, brand new.
Let's get a zoom in on that, baby.
Yeah, beautiful. Spencer, if you're watching this, you'll love this. It's a nice Leatherman, super tool. We're gonna use the flathead to pop open the cover. True story before I carry on. This was actually from a real Vietnam veteran. That's pretty cool. It's a little badge I got. Alright, so we got your bolt right in here with a washer. We're gonna take this bolt out. I hope I have the right wrench. Bet you this is it.
You little half-inch. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This is so out of alignment that this is not straight steering wheel. This is turning right now, so Okay, they're nice. Now, I know you guys probably use your impacts and stuff, and that's okay. But here's the problem with those. You do it too fast and you can strip and rip the bolt right out. I've seen it happen in owning 8 lawnmowers. I've done it myself. Don't use a, never use a impact to take these bolts out, especially if it's been sitting. If it's new, it's still a hazard, but I'm sure there are some people that have gotten away with it, but it's a hazard. Don't spend the extra 13 bucks and get the right steering column bolt and the washer. It sucks. That's what we had to do on the Cub Cadet because we were mowing the lawn and hit a rock, bent the steering shaft, bent it back, and I impacted the steering wheel off to go realign it, and bolt broke because with the threads because I was impacting it too fast. So, not saying you can't do it. It is possible, but just know the risks of doing it. Because with this thing, this bolt is being turned a lot. Look at that. So that metal is getting eaten away. So what do you think is going to happen when you impact that thing? It might snap the bolt right off if it's old. So I might have to slap some pinching oil on that. But anyways, back to this. Got your washer. Make sure you don't lose these. And here it is. This is what. Ooh.
Got a little bit of play in there.
Little play, but that's because the bolt's off. Steering wheel off. Not too bad. Looks alright. Little spider in there. Itsy bitsy spider. And there's the shaft. And so you're probably wondering, why am I taking all this stuff off? Well, once again, when you go to realign, you want to make sure your steering wheel's straight. The way it is right now, it's not straight. It's the tires are turning to the right more than it's turning to the left more than it is the right. So what we have to do is jack up the front end, take the tie rod out, realign the tie rod, slap it back on, realign the tires, realign the steering wheel, bolt it all back on, and we'll be good to go. So it takes a lot to do the steering on these 98s. On the newer Cub Cadets and the newer electrical ones, I can't wait till I get a complaint on someone's steering wheel because they're terrible. I don't like electric stuff because there's just so many wires and it's hard to get down to the steering column. And it's a hazard. It's just such a pain. That's why they made good lawnmowers back in the day.
A little bit of patina there.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of something. It's still got the stock factory phone number right here. It's a little watched out, but it's got the factory craftsman number, which is cool. We should call that someday. But anyways, I'll get back to you guys. We will get back to you guys when the tie rod's off because it is a lot of battery for the camera to be filming this long. So while I'm doing that, we'll be charging the camera and we'll be right back. Well guys, before we take the tie rod off, I forgot one thing, and that's to get this play out of the way because there is still play in the steering wheel, and no matter how hard we fix the tie rod, it's still going to skip gears and it's going to make it even worse and not so fun to enjoy. So before we break stuff, we're going to fix the play on the steering wheel. Got race car style, you know, take it off when you want to bail. Right, so the MacGyver wiring, I remember now. Right, so literally guys, all I'm gonna do is see if I can't stuff some crap in there and just make it level. That's just, I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to replace the steering column to get it back to brand new. So, and I'm not spending, I think it's like $50 now for a new steering column. I could get a parts lawnmower. That might be what we do this year, get a parts lawnmower for this thing. Here we go. Come on, come on. There it is. Alright. As you can see, we are scientists here, and I have proven this fact works. So if there's a poor guy out there that's got this problem, slap some cabling, wires, wood, even bolts, anything you got around your lawn, slap in between the steering thing, and I'll show you guys what it does. It's a bit of a trail fix, but it ain't good. Take a look at bit, get that wire in there. Lift it up. Get some more wire in there. Wiggle it a bit. Come on. There we go, clipped right in. And look at that. No play in the wheel. That's because there's a lot of pressure forcing it up so it can't move. So if you have any kind of object that's round, anything that you could shove in there and the little pin, it'll lift the column up, making it so there's pressure pushing it up and nothing pushing it down, making it so it doesn't do that. And that is how we hillbilly fix that steering column. Right on. So now we will get back to you guys when we get the tie rod off. Alright guys, we're back. Got the tie rod off, rebent the posts here. Definitely seen better days. I think we broke the threads right off, but I thought, why not just keep going, right? I mean, you gotta eyeball it, kinda. So I guess the idea with this is to align it the way you need it aligned. It's alright. Go under. Alright, Mr. Cameraman, lead me to the right hole there.
Yeah.
Tell me if it's too long or too short.
We're right in the money.
Right there, you're in it?
We're in the money.
Well, that went pretty good. Sorry if I didn't record the tie rod replacement. It actually took quite a while. We actually had to replace the tie rod and had to fix it up so it could fit back on. But the steering wheel isn't as loose as it was before, and the steering's actually pretty all right. The alignment could have been done better. Every time I turn the steering wheel forward, you can see that this tire is still pretty bad out of alignment. But I mean, it's good enough to run and drive, and I'm not going to be romping on it too hard on the trails. But I think the next video I'll make might be touching this guy up a little, touching this thing up a little, and maybe having a look at Buck's mower, see what that's about, and then maybe showing you guys what's happening with Trapper's mower, and show you guys, give you guys an update on that. And then if the snow goes away, because it's all clear right now, but we're supposed to get more snow tomorrow. So when the snow starts coming up and shaving it down a little and it gets nice and warm, hopefully what we can do is we can start tarping my sister's ride mower, the blue one I spray painted. We can start getting into that and start working on that a bit, make a couple of videos there, and then just see where that takes us, besides more maintenance on Chuck here. So like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about this YouTube channel so we can get up to 50 or more subscribers. And remember, if we get higher than 50 or we meet the marker 50, I'll do something special for you guys, or you guys can type on the chat what you guys would like me to do, whether it's blowing up an engine or just popping some wheelies or doing maybe a nice trail romp. Anything you guys want. I'm only so limited to so many things, but I mean, I got ride mowers and tools, so, and some nice land here. So once again, like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully we can make that 50 subscriber mark. And I hope you guys are all doing good out there. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all next time.